So, um, after conducting the test, the three religions I selected were Catholicism, which was the religion I fitted the most, Islamic, which was a religion that I thought it was different from what I believed, and Buddhism, which was a religion that I just wanted to research more because I did not know much of. Then the knowledge question I came up with was how does origin change our perspective of knowledge? And um, I based this mostly on religious knowledge systems with the ways of knowing of reason and faith. Then, okay, a bit of background information about Catholicism is it is a monopolistic religion, which is God is Jesus Christ. Some of the tradition are baptism, communion, and confirmation, and the main devotion of God or Jesus is attending to church on Sunday, praying, and following the Ten Commandments. Then Catholicism is the largest religion with 2.2 billion followers. The opposite religion is Islamic, which is also a monopolistic religion, which is God is Allah. Devotion is praying and fasting, or fastening, and it is basically not eating in certain days and on certain times to show devotion. The religious texts are the Quran and the Sunnah, and it's the second largest religion with 1.6 billion followers. Finally, Buddhism. Um, it is a bit different from the other two religions. It is more self-centered, in which you try to find your own answers. The founder was Gautama Buddha. It is most frequented on Asian countries. There is belief in incarnation, and the most powerful figure is the Buddha. And the devotion is bowing towards the Buddha and offering flowers and incense. The similarities of all these three religions are that they try to find a sense to the world and by following a set of rules, and they have traditions which lead to spiritual healing. Catholicism and versus Islam are that both of them are monopolistic, have religious texts in which there are some scenarios of violence, and nowadays we find more word by word interpretation of the ancient texts in Islamic religion rather than on Catholicism. Um, Catholicism versus Buddhism is that both of them try to find peace and they live by a set of rules to try to go to a better life. Catholics follow the Ten Commandments to try to go to heaven, and the Buddhisms try to follow their guidelines in order to reincarnate in a higher level. Um, Now, when we look at the knowledge question, how does origin shape our perception of knowledge? And depending on our origins, we we are shaped differently, therefore we follow or are influenced by different religions. Um, this may be about cultural background, for example, your family and what did your family believed before you were born, therefore you were exposed to that religion at young ages, and demographic background, the main religion in the area. If there's many Catholic churches in the area and most people are Catholic, you'll be more exposed to that religion rather than if you are, for example, Buddhist. And so religion, in most cases serve as a spiritual um, guideline or power, while where legal barriers are more of an ethical power on what is wrong and right and what you should do or not. Um, Most of the time, these two authoritarian powers do not clash, and the counterclaim of this or the other perspective of this is that in there's a very small section of Islamic individuals who are radicals and they try to expand the word of Allah at all costs, and therefore they want to get rid of all the disbelief towards Allah. And one of the quotes from the Quran is, "And fight them until there's no fitna, which is disbelief towards Allah, and worship Allah alone." So we can see how in most cases these two powers do not clash, but there's some exceptions in which do. And overall, the way our origins do shape